Hey entrepreneurs, are you dreaming of starting your own business but you're worried whether the timing for that is right? Probably in this video I'm going to surprise you. And you know why? It's because maybe at times we say there is no perfect time. But when it comes to business, there are a number of things you need to put in mind so that you can do what is right, because what you're looking at is being able to start and build a thriving business. Welcome to the SME Classroom, where we learn one lesson at a time, and I'm so glad that you joined us today. All right, so starting a business can feel like going down a cliff, like where you're starting and you just fall off and you're going to build your wings as you move along. And that can be very frustrating, especially because we think there are many things that we need to think about when we are starting, from the time that we need to spend in the business, the idea itself, the people that we work with, the environment. There's so much to think about, to an extent that at times it can be very worrying whether really we should start or not. And by the way, thinking about that, I'm going to be attaching links of 2 videos that I have done before on the things that you need to think about before you start your business, both technical for the business and non-technical or non-financial aspects of starting a business. I hope the 2 will also be very helpful for you in terms of helping you to decide and to know whether this is the time. For you even to decide whether the timing is right or not, the first things first is, do you have a proper business idea? Do you have a solution to problems that are in the society that are going to be needed by people out there? Because for every business idea that you have, there must be somebody who is willing to pay for it. So if you have that business idea, that's the first tick. We say you're right for that. The other thing is that, are you willing to start small? This is because at times we've got such big ideas of what we want to bring into the market. But then at the point that you're starting, whether the timing is right or not, the first thing is, are you willing to start small so that you can grow and scale your business over time? If your mind has put yourself there where you're saying, I can start small, I can start with what I have, it is also a time that you actually test your idea. But if you're in that space, then you're so much nearest to the time to start your business. The other way you can know that you're actually ready to start a business is that you're willing to learn. Once you get into the business space, it is important to have the mindset for learning. The reason being, you cannot be a know-it-all. There's a lot of things you learn either from other fellow entrepreneurs, from classes, from places like this SME Classroom. There's a lot to learn, including what happens in the product that you're bringing in that industry. You need to understand what people are looking for. Are they willing to pay for it? There is a lot to learn. So once your mind has told you you're ready to learn, then you're ready to start the business. Now, let's talk about the timing itself. We could be asking, when is that proper and exact time that I should be starting? And like I said, that's a question that many people ruminate around, to an extent that some of the good business ideas are never implemented because of just going around and struggling around the issue of, is it the right time to start? Now, the first thing is, probably I can categorize this into the different people who could be wanting to start a business, and then you can be able to see why the timing could be different. So the first category would be those people who are already doing other things. You're already maybe in employment, or you're doing another business, and now you have another extra business idea that you want to bring into the market. The first thing we say is, if you do not have all the time to focus on the business that you want to bring in, it's important to be careful. And the reason being, you can start a business and end up losing everything because you did not plan for it, or you don't have the enough time to do it. So if you're already in a 9-to-5 kind of job, you know that your time is limited, that you can be able to focus on the business to grow. Equally, if you're running another business already and it is requiring a lot of your time, starting another business or starting a different kind of business, probably in a different place, or just the fact that it's different from what you do on a daily basis, can mean that you're not yet ready. So for someone who is in that category, that you already have something else that you're doing, would say, even when you feel your business is ripe and ready, it is important not to just jump into doing the business, because it could end up hurting you more. It could end up, you may end up closing it faster than you opened it. So in this case, take your time. The other category of people would be those people who have no jobs at all. If you do not have a job, your time is now. You should not even wait on that, because the thing is, when you start your business, you'll make mistakes, you'll find a lot of challenges along the way, and until you're doing them yourself, theory cannot help you. So just get yourself into that business. It's like, yes, get into the deep end of the swimming pool, start your business, learn how to swim, learn how to fly, learn how to do things while you're doing it. So if you don't have a job, the time is now. Lastly, there are some businesses that are seasonal. If you're thinking of a business that is likely to be seasonal, think about agriculture. That's dependent on seasons, the rainy seasons. It's so determined by the weather, when it will rain, when it is dry, when it's time to plant, when it's time to harvest, all that. Think about occasions like Christmas. It's another season when there's a lot that is happening. So during that time, there's some specific businesses that will be thriving because it is Christmas time. So again, think about that time. Other occasions that you could be looking at are like if maybe there is an event, at times like in a certain town or in a certain country, there's going to be a certain event that is going to be happening. I could maybe mention like conferences, maybe crusades, maybe religious events, probably sports like football and all that. When there is such kind of event, it's also a season in itself, because the kind of businesses that are likely to thrive at that point are not going to be there throughout the year. But you need now to be able to take advantage of that season or that moment when the business is likely to thrive and start there. You cannot ruminate around it. Like, for example, if you're doing something around an event, maybe it's a graduation, there are those specific things that graduates are bought for. So if you wait until the graduation period is over, then you cannot be able to start. Think about those seasonal kind of businesses that you need to be in when they are actually happening, so that you're not left out. So when it comes to timing, it's about first understanding what you're getting into, and then you can be able to get into it when the timing is right for you. I hope this is helpful, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next. Thank you.